Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
Welcome. It's William here and Andrew over there of Allegory Gallery. And we are live here today at Star Cottage Studio. We're hoping you're out there doing well today. I don't know what day. It's Thursday. It feels like Monday. I don't know why. It's been quite the day. It's been very busy. But let's say hi to all of you out there. Hello, Marianne. Hello, Michelle. Good to see you all here. Hello, Norma. Hello, Amanda. If you're out there, please say hi. We have us streaming over here on Instagram. So if you see me looking this way, that's my Instagram, checking on messages out there. If anyone's out there, please say hi. Hang out with us for a little while. If I'm looking over this way, that's Andrew over there. Still working on some things, always working on some things.
Idle hands.
So, how's life, everybody?
Tired.
I got up very early today to run some errands. Andrew was up early. He had to deliver some artwork today for a show that he's going to be in at the Manos Gallery. I don't have the dates for that off the top of my head.
And the opening is on March 2nd.
March 2nd is the opening. That's a Monday, right? I think.
A Saturday.
Oh, it's a Saturday? Okay.
Saturday.
It's a Saturday. Saturday, and so that'll be opening. He dropped off some artwork for that, and that's here in Pennsylvania, in Tarentum. Not quite sure. I've never been to that town.
We have been there.
Have we? I've never talked to the
butcher block.
Huh?
We picked up that butcher block table.
I've never talked to the locals to see how it's pronounced. So there's that. But it's there. And if
to that town.
if you're around and you're local, we hope to see you there. Maybe you hang out with us that night. Unlike the last gallery opening that we had, we're going to try and do some lives or some videos from there. Even if it's not a live, we'll capture some video and upload it later. Maybe we'll do it that way. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a live and do some of that both. Instead of just one picture, which at least we had a picture. Norma is saying it's Tarentum.
How do you know that, Norma?
Or Tarentum. Where's that accent, Norma? Tarentum. I don't know.
How do you know that?
She was around here, right?
You live there?
Maybe you lived there. We didn't know. Yeah, so we're going to be there, and we'll try and get some pictures, some videos for you of the actual opening. How about that? That's new, right? Accent on rent. Tarentum. So there we go. Tarentum.
It looks in my mind. I say tarnation.
I see tarantula.
I could see that.
Yeah. Norma says, I grew up in Pittsburgh. Tarentum. I grew up near here, and I don't know how to say that. We never went there as kids. Tarentum. Okay. So Tarentum is where the Manos Gallery is. Manos, hands. I don't know if that's what it's for, but that's what I think. I think Spanish hands. So
one of the owners is named Ernesto.
Well, there you go.
So I'm not making any assumptions.
That could be right. So we're gonna do that when we come back from this weekend. So I think Andrew told y'all helped us make the funds so that I can have a delightful birthday.
We didn't pay for the Airbnb.
We have not paid for the hotel or Airbnb yet.
I'm hoping we make a little bit of extra. Otherwise, we're going to have to take the minivan. It's going to be.
We're going to stay over in the minivan.
It's going to be, how they call
we're going to take that.
Thing.
We're going to take that portable sink. We're going to find.
Where you staying? Oh.
Oh.
Somewhere
We're going to have a converter to make our van plug in the sink, and then we're going to do sink washing.
Perfect.
Great birthday, right? Hey, some people like that. Some people do that
On
particularly
purpose.
on purpose, right?
That's not for me. I'm sure that's for somebody, but that's not.
At least it's not out in a tent. Like,
It's supposed to rain. You know, one day I'd like to go camping. But yeah, we never went as kids.
I never went as kids either. My mom and aunt and my uncle and my grandparents took them camping semi-regularly, I guess. But I've never been camping in my life, like real camping. And so I was averse to it for a long time, and now I'm kind of like, maybe it would be nice to do once, as long as I have bathroom facilities close. Like, I'm not talking about camping and using leaves or anything like that.
Who's using leaves? For their areas?
For their cleaner areas.
No way.
No way.
Nah, I'm not. You know, I'm earth loving and stuff, but I'm not that.
We're not that rustic. We're not that rustic.
No.
Marianne says, I've slept in my car. I've slept in cars, usually as a kid. But yeah, I've definitely done that. Michelle says, happy birthday weekend. Thank you so much. Hello, Susan. Thank you for tuning in. Facebook user is here. You're coming up like this, Facebook user.
Is that Suzanne?
Don't know.
I think I saw Suzanne last night come up as Facebook user.
Go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and you can re-authenticate yourself if you wish to. That way we can see your name. Michelle says, I've been camping. It's fun. I think it could be fun. I'm not in my youth time. I was like, no
That's probably when we
way.
should have done it.
I know, when it would have been able to be sleeping on the ground and our bodies not hurt after 2 minutes.
Yeah, now I'm like, my pillow. Where's my 3 pillows?
Where's my 3 special formulated pillows?
You know, one time we went to an Airbnb and we brought my fancy pillow and we forgot it. And so we had that person, the host, ship it.
It's not a cheap pillow. It's a special pillow. Actually got it for me, which Andrew has confiscated my pillow. But it's made for side sleepers because I am a definite side sleeper. And it's made so that when you put your arm under your pillow and your head goes on top, it contorts around your arm and doesn't make your arm fall asleep.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's a very special side sleeping pillow. That's what it's made for.
I've always just used it as a pillow.
I know you have. But it's not a cheap pillow. My mom bought it for me. And it's a little pricey, y'all. But it was a gift, so I like it. But Andrew gets a lot of use out of it. Amanda says, if you don't mind wildlife, come camp in Canada, but in the summer, don't recommend winter unless you have proper gear.
No way.
Susan says, I've done real camping just a few times. Not for me. I need a certain level of luxury, meaning a clean bathroom. Yes. Bathroom facilities.
I admire that. I mean, people are like sturdy.
Yeah, well, maybe we are if we had to be. I think we could be sturdy if we had to be.
That's like apocalypse time.
But for a choice, I choose to be a little more luxurious than that.
Called basic necessities.
Like, I don't want to necessarily carry around my shower in a bag and heat it with the sun.
I've seen that.
They make those. Amanda says, I'm sure you have lots of wildlife too at your camps. Yes, there are like fox and bear and deer and skunks and lots of things around
That's
here
like
too.
at the cottage.
Hello, Lorraine.
We could like set up here and then it would be like camping.
Susan says, one thing, can we have a heads up on the timing of the lives? I realize things are topsy-turvy right now, so no biggie. Right now,
Going at at 7:30.
We've been going at 7:30 for the past probably 4 or 5 weeks at least. And we are trying to put out the notices earlier in the day, so those are all have the time on them too. So we're always putting them out at least an hour before we go live to give people that notice on Facebook, and you should get it on Facebook. YouTube, if you hit the notification, it probably should tell you that we've scheduled something. Maybe it doesn't. But Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram doesn't tell you in advance, but Facebook and YouTube will. Yeah, if Andrew's by himself, he doesn't know how to use the Instagram. So right now, 7:30 is the time, and it will be the time until probably the move is completed at least.
And we probably will keep it after.
Yeah, we might keep it after. We might add more to it, but this has been a better time for us because it allows us to get a lot of things done in the day, including some shipping and things, which, Susan, I have stuff getting packed up for you. That's what I left to start this live for. So yeah, 7:30 has been the time, and that's when we've pretty much been going for the last few weeks.
7:30
our time, Eastern time. So there's the heads up. It's going to be 7:30 now for probably some time. That allows us to usually work until dark, whether it's at the cottage or at the store packing up. And then once it's dark here, there's less we kind of can do or less we feel like doing. And then we can start preparing for the live and do the live. So that's what's going to be. Marion says, we went camping every summer when I still lived at home. Outhouses were common.
That's here.
That's here too, right at the cottage. An outhouse wouldn't be terrible if it were nice, I guess. I'm talking like I don't want to go in behind a tree. Like if there's a facility with some toilet paper and at least some hand sanitizer, that's not so bad. Like enclosed. I don't want to have to go to the bathroom with everyone possibly watching.
Sheila would tell me stories about how she had to like fight wild dogs when she was in India, and I was like, I don't think I have that in me.
No, that is not in me.
I don't have that.
I don't want people to see me going to the bathroom. Like Andrew and I we're not in the bathroom ever at the same time going to the bathroom. Like I know some couples are like that, but like one can be sitting on the toilet going to the bathroom, the other one comes in and brushes their teeth, and we are not like that. Neither one of us. That is not couple goals. And if you do that, fine, that's fine, but like
your own special treat.
That's complete private time, bathroom time.
Not today.
This is not today, not tomorrow, not in 3024.
I'm correct.
Janice is with us. Hello, Janice. Hello, Michelle's here. She's just saying hi, Janice. Susan says, no outhouses for me. I thought that, and then we had this one here, and it has come in handy sometimes. And I would choose to have a flushable toilet at a campground if I were going. What's that?
Oh boy. Notice I didn't bring this up.
He didn't bring, nah. If you can't buy water, then you don't need a shower as long as it's warm enough to swim. That's
so we have to
true.
Swim now?
Now you have to swim to get bathed.
All right.
In a pond or a lake.
All right. Somebody's doing something.
Let's see here. Susan said, my friend that lives by Star Cottage had a bobcat in her yard the other morning.
Oh, neat.
That's cool, kind of, maybe.
I want to be friends.
Andrew's like, come here.
The short, stubby tail.
Yeah, the bobtail, bobcat.
And then it will become friends.
Friends with you.
And I'll become one with the bobcat. It'll be my animal ancestor.
Oh boy. And
we'll shake tails at each other.
Michelle says, I get notified when it is. Oh, good. When it's scheduled, that's good. Susan says, okay, great. I'll check at 7:30, 6:30. Yes. That's that's what we've been doing. That's what right now works, and we probably will continue on that. It seems like we're getting most of our, crew, our AG Bead fam out there, who tuned in at 5:30 are still able to make it at 7:30 for the most part. Now we may introduce some earlier ones throughout the day. Once we get moved and once we get the store up and all that, we will have more time here together working on things at the studio. And as we're doing that, we will probably pop on a lot more often, and just kind of show you things, what we're doing and processes. And we have lots of plans for all that stuff. But the actual main event live is probably going to start staying around 7:30. Seems,
I like it.
Yeah, it works out pretty well, especially since it's dark now, although it's getting lighter longer and daylight savings time is coming up. So we're going to be, I think it's that March 3rd, somewhere right in there. It's going to change. March 6th, March 3rd, somewhere in there. I think it's supposed to change to daylight savings time, which I'm happy about. I know some of y'all aren't.
Why y'all don't like
but
light in your life?
Light in your life.
Or
but
maybe if you get up real early.
Like right now it would be right now it's 7:47. It would be 8:47.
Right now?
Yeah. So
Holy smokes.
I know. But
I guess that would take a little bit of adjusting.
yeah, and so we'll see if we keep the live. We'll probably keep the live. Once summer happens, it's hard, We'll see. But I think 7:30 is still going to be a good time. I think it's better than 5:30. We did 5:30 because we closed the store at 5, and it was easy for me to close up the store, get myself situated, and just sit down for the live, and keep that kind of work day going. And so that really worked out. But now that our work day is changing and we're going to be here at the cottage and we're going to be probably doing errands and running and things, it's easier to have the live toward the evening. So that's just what it is.
That's life.
That's life. Janice says no outhouses and no couple time in the bathroom.
We were watching this show. What we do to unwind is watch house renovating shows so that we get in the mood to amp ourselves up.
Do we?
That's the intention.
Andrew gets amped up at some of the people on there.
Oh, some of them, if they are a no person,
He does not like the naysayers.
There's always one. Did you notice on the shows?
Do you watch those shows, everybody? The house improvement and renovation shows? There's usually one that's like, yeah, let's do everything. And then there's one that's like slowing everything down.
They're like, no, budget.
That's probably like me. It's probably reminds Andrew gets flashbacks.
You're not like that.
Usually I'm like, let's try to make it work. Let's see what we can do.
The one, she's real kind of passive aggressive and codependent, and she does stuff to the other person, and I don't like it. I see it and I'm like, red flag. He gets
why they're sisters, so they have that relationship.
But the mom one too.
Yeah, the mom and the daughter, but they don't have a show together anymore. So
we didn't get to that point.
But we've read about it. Susan says we aren't a share the same time couple either. The cat's not so much. Smokey opened the downstairs bathroom while I was using it. I don't know how he does it. He was afraid I disappeared. Yeah, Barnaby sometimes, because Barnaby is the only, Barnaby and Gilbert both, but Barnaby mostly is the only cat allowed in the basement. Gilbert goes down once in a while, but he doesn't, Barnaby will go down and sleep by himself. He likes it down there. He gets some rest from everybody else. But the bathroom is pretty open down there.
It's like a Pittsburgh body.
Yeah, it has a wall around around some of it, but that's why if any of us are down in the bathroom, or down in the basement, we see the light on, we yell down, "Are you in the bathroom?" before we come down, just to check. But Barnaby, he does not mind hanging out in the bathroom when I'm in there too. Andrew's like, nah, he chases him up the stairs. So they go up.
I like to be by myself.
Amanda says, Smokey sounds so sweet, wants to stay close to mommy, right? Susan says, I will double check my notification setup. Yeah, make sure you hit the bell on YouTube. I don't think I get notifications, but I'm also the person setting that. So I don't know if I would get notifications.
I get them.
I get them when we go live. I don't get them that we've scheduled the live.
Oh, I don't get that.
Yeah. Marion says, at least one cat follows me to the bathroom. Susan says, not a fan of daylight savings. I like the dark.
I do. I like the dark as well, but I also like the light.
I like the light in the summer. I can sleep in light. So for me, having it light all the time is not a big deal. If I'm tired, I can sleep. Harry is here. Hello, Harry. Thank you so much for tuning in. March 10th is daylight savings time. Okay, so it's another week after that. Thank you, Janice. Everyone's saying hi to Harry. Lennis is here. Hello, Lennis. Thanks for joining us too. Janice is not a fan of daylight savings time either.
Which one? When it gets like raw. Which one's the one where it gets dark so early?
That's regular time.
I don't know.
Standard time. We are in standard time now. If we were in daylight savings, it wouldn't have gotten dark today until like 7 o'clock instead of 6. I know this. I can't handle
like
this.
Cave dweller.
If it were like this all the time, it'd be crazy.
I need. I sleep mostly during the day, but I need that little in between time when the sun hits my face.
Yeah.
And I feel like alive.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been light. It would have been light until like 7 or 7:30 today instead of 6 or 6:30. And that would have felt good. That feels more normal to me. This being dark at 6:30. I mean, it's getting light longer. Have you felt that? The other day I walked out of the cottage here because I was going home to get ready for the live at home. And I was like, it's still light. Because for so long when I was doing that, it was dark when I left. So
it didn't get dark at 3 p.m.
I know.
That's too early, y'all.
Yeah, I am a definite. If they kept daylight savings time all year.
Like there's some places that don't change, right?
I guess it's daylight saving time, right? Saving, not savings time. Yeah.
What's it saving it from?
Saving that time. I don't know. Saving that daylight, saving that time.
What? It's like where's it going?
It's not going anywhere.
But you gotta,
right?
We got clocks that change by themselves now.
I know, right? Harry says, in our house, if I go to the bathroom, 3 to 4 cats arrive with toys.
That's too many. That's like a party.
Lennis is not talking about cats today. Nope, I know.
Tolulo is a nightmare.
Not as nightmare as Lennis's cat.
What happened with
that? I saw that, Lennis. I'm sorry that happened. That's upsetting. Norma says, I get YouTube notifications. The Facebook ones often show up the next day. Exactly. Every time there's an event that I want to go to, I hear about it 1 to 2 to 3 days after. Every time.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah, and it's not like this has happened once or twice. It's like, here's a notification about an event. You look at the event.
3 days ago.
Yeah, the event is over. And it happens regularly.
Every day. What do you mean regular?
That is regularly. Susan says, I'm sort of a natural goth. What I really don't like is the glaring sun when it's 100 degrees out. No, that's not fun.
Who likes that anyway?
Obviously, I am very, very pale. And I do not tan. It doesn't get any tanner than this.
You got the vitiligo.
Yeah, I got vitiligo. So there's no pigmentation in my skin at all. So that means it does not tan. It does not block out the sun.
But your skin has more color than some of the people on the TV. And I wonder if that's because they don't know about how to match their skin color to foundation. But the one, I was like, is she like a ghost?
Yeah. When they put on the makeup.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's fine if you like that. But
mine's just naturally like this. I don't use makeup. I have used makeup in the past.
You have actual color in your skin. from the blood.
From the blood showing through. When I was younger, I used to get very tan.
I don't believe that.
I never
Boy is
burned.
Very tan for.
I never
Forever.
burned. I could be out in the sun for hours and I never burned. I never burned. I don't remember burning once as a kid. No, I take that back. I did burn, but was that after vitiligo? I did burn. No, my brother burned. I didn't. I never burned as a kid, and I barely wore sunscreen. So maybe I don't know.
That's a different time, y'all.
Yeah, it was. Back then, you did not wear sunscreen.
If you wore sunscreen, then people were like, "What? Are you sick?"
Yeah. And I ran around as a kid like no shirt, in shorts, and did not burn ever. And I used to make fun of my brother for burning because he was paler skinned than me. And then this happened. The karma, the instant karma. I didn't know that it was that bad that I deserved that hit, but that's what I got.
You trash talking too much.
I did. Jenna says, I don't like that it's sunny at 5:30 in the morning. I sleep through that. No problem. No problem.
I like a nice 6:30, 7:30 sunrise. Nice peaceful. That if I walk at night, I like to have that nice dark time. I don't see anybody. Then I don't have to rush around. Sometimes I have to rush around because then when the sun comes up, all the people come out.
Yep. Let's see here. Amanda says, I like diffused sun and warm, not hot. Yeah, like a cat. Diffused through the window, right? Donna is with us. Hello, Donna. It says better late than never. You're not late. We didn't get started, really. We're just chatting about cats, chatting about the sun, chatting about daylight, chatting about our schedule. Speaking of our schedule, how to like that. Speaking of our schedule, there's no Saturday morning tutorial this Saturday. I'm sorry, everybody, but Jen was out with the flu. So we're wishing her well. I haven't been able to check in on her today. I don't know how she's doing, but she was starting to get better. She was taking fire cider and making herself better. But there was still no filming. I wasn't even going to chance doing a late filming with her in case she still had something. I don't want to get sick before my birthday weekend.
No way.
So no Saturday morning tutorial. So tutorial. Tarentum. So take this Saturday to go back and watch any of the tutorials you may have missed or didn't complete the project for, or work on your skills and make them even better and show us again how much better you've gotten from the last time you did that project. We'd love to see that. How about that? That'd be good.
The earrings are cute.
Yeah, the earrings last week, very cute. I looked around to see if I had any of that vintage check glass that she used. We do not have any. We had a lot of people asking about it, but we have sold out on all of those strands. I do like to let people know, please realize the Saturday morning tutorials are to use your own stash. They are not a selling vehicle for us. Or a selling method for us.
That'd be nice.
It would be nice if we got a lot of sales on the Saturday morning tutorial, and that's not that won't change. As we have been moving, we have found some stuff that we have in pretty massive quantities that we're going to be handing to Jen and be like, Jen, let's do something with this. Let's see you make something with this so we can sell some of these. Design challenge Saturday morning, something. But we might do another series with her for that and keep the Saturday morning tutorials as they are. I don't know, but
yeah, we originally designed that so that because we realized y'all get pressured every which way to buy stuff.
Whether it's from us doing these lives, whether it's from other companies. Like most companies don't do a live just to do a live and talk with you, right? It's mostly to sell you stuff. There's a lot of pressure out there to buy stuff. And so we wanted to take some of that pressure off and just give you an inspirational morning. That's why we don't release generally products with it. Sometimes I'll put products if we happen to have them. I'll put them in the description of those videos. You can always check the descriptions. If we have it, it'll be there. If we don't have it, don't even need to ask. We don't have it.
But that's more rare.
It's very rare that we actually put anything in there. Other than if you want to buy tools, we have affiliate links there, and those help.
She definitely uses her own stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of her stuff is from us originally. Because she works with us and she buys from us.
She started as a customer.
Yes, she did. Long time ago.
Chicken Lady.
Chicken Lady. She used to get a discount in the store because she brought us eggs, farm fresh eggs, and Andrew had a little trade set up with her. That's how she originally got involved with us.
She come in with her kids.
Yep.
They're so tiny.
I bet.
And they're tell all her business. And I was like, okay.
Maybe not do that. So yeah, the Saturday morning tutorial, there won't be one this Saturday, but they are not meant, like I said, they're meant to like find stuff in your stash and how can you use what you have to make this project.
Get them the wheels turning.
Yeah, the one thing I will say is Jen is a wire artist mainly, so have some wire. That's pretty much the one thing that you will need to do a lot of her projects.
You don't actually sell that online.
We don't right now. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about and you're new to us, we have a Saturday morning tutorial most Saturday mornings at 8:30. At 8:30, my words are.
Your current.
I know. 8:30 a.m. Eastern time most Saturday mornings. We have a new tutorial, generally with our teacher. So far, only with our teacher Jen.
We've been talking with a couple other people.
Yeah, we have other people lined up to do some stuff.
Because Jen was like, I'm running out of stuff to show.
I don't think she's ever gonna run out of stuff, really.
I know, but there was that day that she thought that.
Yeah, she's like, what am I gonna do?
Right, we'll try to find somebody else to help out.
So, but we'll probably do other things. But yeah, they're just meant to be relaxing. And even though a lot of people over the time we've done this have emailed and asked and commented, where can I buy this stuff? Not what it's meant to do. It's not what it's meant to do. And yeah, so that's that. My birthday weekend, we're going to Baltimore. We're going to go do some casting. I'm not working on editing a video. Jen was sick with the flu anyway. I don't want to say that worked out because that did not work out for Jen. But there's not time to edit a video anyway. Let's see. Let me see who's saying hi. Susan says, William, my skin is the same. I'm ghostly pale. Trying to tan is pointless. Just not my DNA. Yeah, I do not. None at all. No tanning at all. Donna says, ugh, yeah, I used to lay out in the sun as a teen. Now, nope, not without the highest SPF possible, right? It's not good.
There used to be baby oil and, what's that brown stuff?
The coconut oil or the...
Is it iodine? Iodine and baby oil. Just shake it up. Put the aluminum foil down.
I know they used to hold the aluminum foil ray to reflect the rays. Lather yourself up with some baby oil.
Basically, make yourself into a cooked turkey.
Yeah. Dry out that skin good.
Not with the baby oil.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I have seen some people that did that in their youth time. The long-term effects are difficult. Michelle says, I used to tan, now I'm just pale and my skin burns fast. That's what I did, but I got vitiligo. Like I had splotchy white patches for a very long time. I don't think I've ever grown in a beard that was fully colored like regular hair because I got patches on my face and some of my beard was always white.
So I healed you at one point.
It came back a little bit. Some of the color, but
well,
not ever all of it.
Together for almost 20 years.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Everybody's saying, feel better, Jen? Feel better, Jen? Yes. Janice is in my perfect world. It would start getting light at 6:30 in the morning and dark around 8:30 in the summer. That's not too bad. I'd like it to stay light until about 9:30 in the summer, I think. But Huh?
I
9
like
is
it in
about
the
the.
summer, but I 8:30 sounds good.
That's
8 o'clock.
okay. 9 is when like the height of summer. It stays till 9 sometimes here. 9:15 or so.
Like 10.
Sometimes, and I kind of like that. Because
That's because of our schedule.
Yeah.
We're always at the store during the daylight.
Yeah, and the only time we get to do yard work or anything is like after all. Like, so right now it's 8 o'clock, and we haven't even started the live really. We've been chatting, at least the selling part of the live, and we still would need to go do yard work right now, no matter when this ends. So that's going to be a difficult thing if we start at 7:30 in the summer, having time to go out and do that. So we'll see.
We just start earlier.
Start what earlier?
Yard work.
The yard work? Yeah.
Like regular people.
He says that.
I used to do lawn care.
No, but you say that, but you're like forgetting that we are usually packed with regular work up until this.
I think you're forgetting why we're changing our lives.
He's like, we are changing things. Donna says, hopefully I'll have time to rewatch the one from last week. Yeah, it's a really cute. It's short. The one from last week is 20-some minutes, I think. Very short.
That heart one was cute, too.
Huh?
That heart one she did was really
The heart was really nice. If you haven't checked that one out, that was a little longer one. But the earrings from last week, super cute. And if you've seen her do ear wires already, you can chop off the last like 4, 5, 6 minutes, I think, off that. So,
hey, William, how about this? How about since you already did video editing this week, we upload that video you edited?
I was going to ask you if you wanted me to. Andrew's introduction to himself.
I guess. I mean, it's not long. It's 2 minutes.
It's 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 6 seconds, I think. I was going to ask if you wanted to upload that, just to have it out there. Let's see here. Lennis is getting booze takeout. They allowed getting booze takeout. They got it during COVID. Haven't changed the law back yet, so you can still get. As long as it's taped closed and the bartender writes a note, it's legal to drive home. That's interesting.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I know. Susan says Baltimore is a cool city. Enjoy your trip. Donna says Banana Boat is the one I used to use. Yeah, that was a big brand, right? It's still a big brand, I think.
Is it still in business?
Yeah.
What's going on with the little girl with that punk dog trying to pull her britches down?
I don't know if that's Banana Boat. I don't think they know. That's something else, I think. Sue says, when I was a teen, I knew tanning wasn't happening for me. I'd get accused of not trying hard enough. It was the 70s, and that was the beauty standard of the day. Yeah. It's true. Amanda says, if I don't wear sunscreen, I burn in minutes. Yep. I feel that. Literally, I have no protection. I have no protection in my skin from the sun. Oh, let's see here. Janice used to worship the sun in my late teens and early 20s. If we had a warming, sunny day in February, I'd be outside trying to get a tan. Not anymore. I'd burn in a matter of minutes these days. Isn't it funny how our things change?
Yeah, I love to go in the sun.
Yeah, you did. Tanning beds.
I got the skin cancer.
Yeah, skin cancer. Stop that.
I still put my face in the sun because you're supposed to.
Yeah.
A little bit for vitamin D.
Yeah, I still go out in a little bit, short sleeves, and go out and get a little bit of sun for the vitamin D and the natural, so you don't get seasonal affective disorder all year long. But not very much. Not very much. Coppertone. Coppertone is that one. And she's getting her britches stolen.
I'd be pissed. Some people like that. So.
Lena says, my mom has skin cancer everywhere. In the 70s, she laid out covered with baby oil.
That's in the Florida time.
Yep. That's an everywhere time in the 70s. Didn't matter. Sit up in your house roof. Some people go up in their house roof and sit. And there's hot shingles with their reflection foil.
I did that here in Pennsylvania when we moved here. We had a deck, and it was perfect exposure for the sun.
Mm-hmm. Genesis, the baby oil, right? Yeah. So another thing that people have been asking about is a new tumbler, right? Andrew gave me some art for a new tumbler today. Did I get it done yet? No, but it's coming. I'm hoping to do one up tonight so I can get that online, and we will have a new tumbler.
Do you want to show them how to do that?
Do what?
They sent you the artwork.
Yeah.
Did you want to show them how to do that?
How to make a tumbler?
Like right now? That'd be fun.
I can do that, as long as the smell's not going to bother you too much.
Go ahead.
That's the worst smelling of them all.
I know.
Okay, do y'all want to see that? How I make a tumbler? I don't know if I've ever shown you how I make a tumbler. Let me see. I'm not prepared for that. So do y'all want to see it first? I don't want to do it if it's going to bore y'all. Let's see. Let me know if you want to see me make a tumbler. I'm going to start getting the stuff ready just in case. Michelle says yes. So normally making a tumbler, the hardest part of it is getting the artwork ready correctly. So we're going to do this on the fly. So I'm not going to say that this artwork is going to be the final sample of the tumbler, the final form. But it might be. I don't know. It might come out so nice that I don't have to do another one later.
Here's hoping, y'all.
Menace says, can you crack the window to get a smell? We have no windows that crack. Well, there's literally cracked windows, but not that kind. Okay, so it's all behind me, so I don't think I really have to turn the camera too much. I think you can see. I'll try and stand out of the way. So the tumblers use a larger... I've shown you, I think, how to make mugs before. I think I did a quick sample of making a mug, and I've shown you that. I'll get it. It's okay. This is the plug-in that we use to make mugs, and it's a shorty, and so the tumbler doesn't quite work in this. So let me put this back over here. So this one that you see here is much bigger. I can't move it because it's all hooked up right now. But it's much longer and it fits the whole tumbler. But even on this one, I have to, the tumbler gets inserted in this about 4 different times. It gets inserted and then I rotate it. I do it like halfway because sometimes the very edges of this don't heat up the same as the center. So the tumbler goes in about halfway, and then after the time period, which I think is about only 30 seconds, it's pretty quick. It gets turned and then it gets clamped down again. This has a clamping mechanism on it that makes everything tight. And then after that 30 seconds, it gets moved and turned a little to the other side. And then it goes in another time and gets turned again, so that I make sure I get all kind of edges and everything nicely done. So there's a control box to this setup. And that's a heating control box. It takes care of the temperature and the timing for me. And I'm going to plug that in now. And boy, all these like surprise projects we're doing lately. It's like, surprise, we're going to do a project in the live. All right, so this is going to heat up. And I have special temperature settings for all of the different things that we do. Each thing, whether it's this tumbler, whether it's a mug, whether it's on, I'll show you this. This is the larger heat press here. This is, it pulls out and rotates. This is what I do the totes on. I could do t-shirts. We haven't done that yet. but I do the wooden pendants on this. So all of our sublimated wooden pendants are on this. And then this little device gets plugged into whichever device I want to use, and it controls the time and temperature for everything. So there's multiple kind of devices that we use, different things, but they all use the same control box to control the heat and time. Does that make sense? Now this is the printer. This is the printer we use. It has special sublimation ink inside of it, so that and you can never use the printer for regular ink. It's only once you use sublimation, that's all you're ever going to use in that. And there's a special paper, though you don't have to use special paper, supposedly. I do buy the special sublimation paper, and what that's supposed to do is allow the ink to better infiltrate everything that you're sublimating the ink on. So the ink gets heated to where it would vaporize, and it gets sucked into the whatever it is. That's why, like, we don't do t-shirts yet, because I haven't found good enough t-shirts that I want to use. Plus, that's a messy thing, getting all the sizes and all the everything. But you can't use cotton. You have to use mostly polyester, because cotton doesn't accept the vaporized ink like polyester does. Polyester just sucks that right up, and then you don't, your t-shirts don't fade. So like
you have to use that for a silk screen.
What's that?
The silk screen would be for that.
For cotton.
Yeah.
Silk screening is where you want to use the cotton. You don't want the polyester. But on sublimation, it's exactly the opposite. You want the polyester because of the way it takes the ink versus the cotton. The cotton, you can do it on cotton, but it'll wash right out. Or at least pretty quickly over time will wash out. So I'm going to put this special paper up in the printer. And I just happen to have my laptop right beside me. So what I'm going to do is get the artwork that Andrew sent over. And
I smell it.
I know. I told you. I told you.
I'm going to light a candle. Should we do amber and moss or
yes,
teakwood?
Amber and moss. That's my favorite, I think. Okay, let me export this to my desktop. All right, that's done. Now let me pull up. Now hopefully this photo file is big enough. And let me pull up my template for those, if I can find them. I used to be one of those people that never had anything but like very current working files on my desktop, on my computer. And then
You married me.
that's true. Andrew, we share a computer, so some of his stuff gets dropped on, and I don't like to move it so he can find it. But also, Apple, if you have an Apple computer, they've now synced the desktop to the iCloud. So anything you put on your desktop gets shared with all of your computers. So it's really convenient to leave stuff on your desktop. But now I can, like, it used to be meticulously organized, my computers, and now they're just kind of like, at least Apple does kind of organize things in groups on your desktop too, which is nice. But now when I try to find something, I used to be like, oh, go here. It's like Andrew, when you ask him where something is here at the cottage, he's like, go here, go there, go, it's right there. That used to be, I used to be able to do that on my computer. Now I'm just like, it's somewhere in the desktop. So let me find, there's my files. That's not the right one. Sublimation templates, there they are. Tumblers. Let's just open that one. That's the Strange Harvest. That Tumblr was discontinued. So hopefully you got that if you really wanted it. And I don't know if you can hear this clicking back here now. It's clicking to keep the temperature. It turns itself off and on to keep the temperature steady. Susan says, Andrew has so much artwork, I think it would be difficult to choose just one.
You don't even know. We are packing up the store, and I have a huge box.
Yep. What is the title of this artwork?
Greenscape.
Greenscape. That's one word, right? Greenscape.
Whatever you want.
He's like, whatever you want it to be.
Dealer's choice up in here.
Okay. Now I can overwrite this file and bring in this one. I have to stretch it just a little bit. That sometimes happens.
Eventually, I'm gonna get the file, and then I can make, or the file dimensions, and then I can make the artwork to fit
the actual format. Yeah.
One day, someday.
One day.
So what are you're adjusting what are you doing on the computer right now?
I am here. Well, I want to surprise you with what it looks like in the end. I'm adjusting the format to the sheet of paper, the file that he gave me to the sheet of paper, and then I'm going to print it at super high quality on the printer. And that's this printer. And we are going to, you have to flip it. It gets flipped. Does it need to be flipped? Yes, it needs to be flipped. I flip everything. And then the print settings we go to a premium presentation paper at high quality. And then we print it, y'all. We print it. It also has a brightness and contrast generally adjustment that we do. It's a general adjustment I do to all of them to make sure that the ink looks right when it's printed, nice and vibrant. All right. And you'll hear the printer. And I'm going to go get a tumbler right now. The printer is surprisingly pretty quick for having to print a full page of this with special inks and stuff, which is nice. Blank tumbler, everybody. Blank tumbler. The lids come off so they don't get melted down because they're plastic. I don't know if they'd actually melt down or not, but it gets pretty hot. Pretty hot. So we have the plain tumbler, and then I have to find.
And usually you wear a mask when you're doing this.
It is good to do that.
And your other safety precaution is the gloves, right?
You know, I have those here. I'll show you those in a little bit. We wear a special, these gloves, which have special little ribbed little dots on them for heat, so that you don't burn your hands. They're heat gloves. We have special, that's what I was looking for now, is the heat tape. So this is a special tape that can withstand the temperatures, which is 385 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's like your oven, like you're cooking a pizza, 385.
I have a use for that.
He's like, I've got a use for that now that I know.
I wonder what that tape was.
Oh, the tape? I have like a whole box of this tape somewhere over here. So if you need tape, we've got tape. So yeah, so these are gloves. Unfortunately, these gloves that I got are a little small for me. So I squeeze into them, but they do not quite fit. But that's okay. They still protect me and I don't get burned. Because it heats the mug up or the tumbler up very, very hot because they're metal. So they just soak in all that good heat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 3 pieces of heat tape. If I can find my scissors. There they are. Can you see right there? That's the artwork coming out. I'm not going to show you till the end though.
Oh, we should have put Danette's painting in her box. Put this one out. Oh wow. We were using that for that video.
Yeah, we got it in the background.
Of course, the lights
She might have. I think she has more anyway.
just happened to
Maybe I will show you this paper before because I want you to see the difference. Because whenever you print these out, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit, right, Amy? Hello, Amy, by the way.
That's a specific reference.
That's a very blast from the past reference. I forget what grade I was in. We actually watched some of that trial in our classroom.
That's because the teacher wanted to know.
For social studies. Yeah, the teacher wanted to see what was happening probably.
In today's class,
We're going to do the court system and we're going to watch this show. Yeah, I'm going to show you this, I think. And I have to figure out.
nowadays, well, I'm going to stop. I was going to say something.
And Andrews has to tell me which side he wants on the bottom of the mug and which side he wants on the top of the mug. And then I have to remember that every time. Michelle says sound like a metronome. Between this going back and forth and this clicking, there's a lot of sounds. There's a lot of sounds. Very exciting, right? I told you it prints pretty fast, but usually I print these out ahead of time. So, interesting yet?
I think it's interesting.
Yeah, we don't show this very often.
We've never shown it, I don't think.
Yeah, I can't. I've shown you something, I think, before, maybe. I don't know. I think I've just shown you just the stuff itself. Okay. Andrew, which side goes on the top, which goes on the bottom? It has to go this way.
You think this on the bottom?
Okay. All right, everybody. So, this is what it looks like on this paper. Doesn't look like much, right? So, remember that. Remember how it kind of looks. What's that?
Put it in your mind.
Put it in your mind. Think of the colors. It looks very kind of blue and grayish, right? And then what we're going to do is that gets put onto the tumbler. Norma says you did show the mugs. I thought I showed the mugs when we were doing the AG Beat Fam mugs, right? I think I showed it then. So this gets wrapped around the tumbler. And I'm going to do this on the desk just because it needs to be even. And I need to make sure that it gets even. So I do this on the desk and make sure it's even. And also it has to be very, very well pressed up against the tumbler. You don't want any air gaps in there, because if you have an air gap, the printing doesn't take. And I have ruined, I'll show you, for example, this tumbler looks great, right? Looks great. This almost went out to somebody until that happened right there. So once that happens, I don't know that that's happening until I take the paper off. And once you take the paper off, you can't do it again. It's too late. So you want to make sure it's tightly wrapped. So it's wrapped around there now. You make sure that your tops and the edges are even. And then you're going to use those, they cut 3 pieces of the heat tape and you're just going to tape it down. and you're going to make sure you keep that pressure on there, and you're going to tape it down, and you're going to keep that pressure across the top, and you're going to tape it down. Now, because most printers do not print to the very edge, there's always going to be a little seam in there, but we do our best. Just that seam that you see there, that's just the amount of space that the printer won't print to the edge of the paper. So we wrap it on there. That's why I have to ask Andrew which is top, which is bottom, so that I make sure I wrap that edge properly first. And that edge always gets wrapped down to the mug first, while the other edge has a wider margin on it, and it gets wrapped just on top of the paper as it goes back around. All right. You have that. I'm going to put on my heat gloves, even though I don't need them quite yet, but it's always good to get them on there. And just so you know too, over here on top of the toaster oven, where this is, I have a baking pan over here, and that's where all the hot stuff gets put when it's done. So let me bring this closer.
Yeah, after the fire, we've been paranoid about everything.
Well, that's been that way anyway. Like these get super hot, and they need a place to go when you're done with them, especially if you're doing like 6 of them at a time, which sometimes I'm doing. All right, so this goes in here. I go in about 3/4 of the way, and this clamps down, and then we hit start. So this counts down, and sometimes the sound goes away, which is not ideal, but normally it makes a nice beeping sound when it's done, and we rotate the tumbler after that. But this is adjustable, so if you can see, this here is adjustable to pressure. So I have that set where the pressure is good for both my tumblers and the mugs that we do. And that was 30 seconds. How fast 30 seconds goes, right? And then I let it go, and then I turn this, and then it gets clamped back down and started again. So like I said, that's adjustable so that that's nice and tight around that. And that's why if you have a little bit of air gap between your tumbler and the paper, when that clamps down on it, it pushes that paper away from the tumbler. So you want to make sure that the paper's up nice and close when it's taped down. So we're just about done with this. And this is the part where you definitely want to have your gloves on for that, because this is cool for the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to undo it, and we're going to push it through to the other side, and we're going to give it a little bit of a turn. And we're going to clamp it down again, and 30 seconds it again. Have y'all seen this done before? Or is this new to y'all? Let me know in the comments.
I've never actually seen it.
Andrew does not watch me do this.
You know, I usually leave the building if possible.
Yeah, this is very
It makes it smell y'all.
It does have a certain smell to it, especially the tumblers. The tumblers smell more than anything.
They don't smell when you get them.
No, and I don't think it's the tumbler. I think it's this actual heating device, because when I started up,
hot.
It smells hot, and there's, I don't know, it's whatever foam they use or whatever, because there's a foam in here. It's just different. Even the mug one, even when I heat up the big machine here, it's not the same. This is new to Michelle. Donna says this is a first. Okay, so you're going to see when this is done, I'm going to take it out of here very quickly, move it over to here, and that's so hot. Even some of the little pads on this heat glove come off on the paper. So that's a tumbler, everybody. We're gonna let that cool, and maybe we'll show you at the end of the video what that looks like. We can turn this off now. You want to wait till the end of the video to see? I'm gonna make you wait. We'll see. Let's see. Norma has only seen it with the AG Bead Fam mug when he first started. Yeah, that's my AG Bead Fam. This is my ombre effect. I didn't get that clamped down tight enough is what happened there, or didn't leave it in long enough. Susan says, I like this style of tumbler. Me too. I like it too. I really enjoy doing these actually. So hopefully you enjoy them too. What happened to my Instagram? There it is. There it is. Just checking to see if anybody's saying anything out there. So that's how we make a tumbler, and it doesn't seem like a lot, right? But getting all that right and making sure you're doing it right is interesting sometimes.
We have a bunch of I don't want to call them rejects, but
yeah, they're misprints. This one, for example, I accidentally printed upside down. It's perfectly good, other than it got printed upside down. So that's one that I will end up using probably. This is the other one. That's the one I showed you that has that. There was another one. I forget what was wrong with it. And when Jen was here last Tuesday filming the tutorial, I asked her, I said, if you just want one of these, here's one if you'd like one. And she picked that one. I can't remember what was wrong with it. But yeah. So it takes some time. It takes like the ink and figuring out the setup and the paper. It's between the ink and the paper, the materials, the printer, the heat, like it's just having everything, and the mugs themselves. So that's that. That's that. Donna says, I love this size and style of tumbler. Me too. I hope we can continue to get it. You know, you never know from one moment when you order to the next. We haven't had to reorder these yet. I know we've sold a number of these, but between the misprints and that, we're running a little bit low. So hopefully we can still get it.
That's always stressful.
Susan said, I'd love to have one of Andrew's kitty designs on a mug.
Which one?
Which kitty design? The King Kitty is on a mug.
On a coffee mug?
That's on a coffee mug.
Once I get the format for the paper, then I'll be able to design stuff specifically for...
Yeah, and I wrap a whole sheet around, but it doesn't use technically the whole sheet, but I always expand it to the whole sheet, so there's a nice over wrap. And I got to get Andrew that information of where it goes. So that one is cooling down. All right, did I miss anything that I was going to talk about today before we get into things?
The sale's over now.
The sale is over now. That's right. So hopefully you got in on that, but our sale is over. The moving sale in the online store completed. I am catching up as best I can with the orders.
Like a rock star. The one day we were here until I think 3:30 a.m. having orders.
And we started at like 10 in the morning. So
only taking breaks to move furniture.
Yeah, a little bit of moving, a little bit of bathroom time, a little bit of eating. But one, I don't want you all to wait more than you need to. And two, I do not want Barb to come back from her lovely vacation and then quit because there are 800 orders stacked up. So I'm trying my best to keep everything going. Some of your orders are taking longer than others. And that's generally because I am gathering and combining into a bigger order, a bigger shipment for some of you. And some of you keep ordering and I keep combining. So I just need to get stuff out. It's exactly what I tell Barb not to do, and I'm doing it. So I see why she does it. When you see a new order, it's It's like I could just throw that right in there, and that won't be I can refund some of that shipping. And
you just heard me do it. I'm like, how come we didn't put that in?
I know. There comes a point where you have to call it. This is an order. So it's that fine line. But some of y'all have orders coming out. I took one box. Isn't this how things work? I took one box here from the shipping department home that Andrew was going to show you when he showed you the polyester stuff. And and that is the one I needed for about 3 orders today.
Of course.
And I think Harry had an order in there. So that was one of them. And I was like, I can get this order out. I can get this order out. I can get this order out. And then I was like, no, I can't. And then did I forget to bring it when I picked Andrew up for the live today? Yes. Yes, I still forgot it. So those orders will probably go out on Monday. But they're coming. Everything's coming. I'm pretty caught up on a lot of the online store orders. Some of your invoices are lagging a little bit, but I'm even caught up on a good bit of those.
We have stuff in the D-Stash too, if you didn't see.
There is stuff in the D-Stash. So Andrew Thornton, Project D-Stash, if you look that up on Facebook. Amanda's leaving. Says, take care, everyone. I'll watch the rest tomorrow. Thanks so much.
We didn't actually get to any of the selling.
We didn't get to the selling yet. Lena says, ooh, the goat painting sold, and I would love a goat mug.
Which remember painting a goat.
Which goat painting? Is that the the goat, the noble creature goat? The drawing? Or was there a painting? I don't remember. Lena says, I like it when you combine. I just added something from D-Stash, and I ordered something from the website last night. I saw that. Yeah, some people love when we combine, and some people absolutely hate it. And I can't make this giant list of who likes it and who doesn't. We just have to pick away. So I try and combine somewhat, and we try and ship out as quickly as we can, somewhat too.
We are in the middle of a move.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the move. You all know that. That's why.
Give ourselves grace.
Yeah.
We're our hardest critics.
Yeah, I could literally spend all day just packing orders every day and not get anything else done, and I still wouldn't be caught up probably. Every order, even if it's a 1-item order, takes probably 5 to 10 minutes to pack. It has to be found in inventory, taken out. It has to be, I wrap everything in tissue, or almost everything in tissue. So it gets wrapped up. Everything gets weighed with whatever it's going in. So even if it's that one thing, it goes in a box. Generally, we don't generally put wrapped up tissue paper packages in just envelopes. They get in a box of some sort. Whether that's a jewelry box, or if it's a bigger thing, it goes in a cardboard box. And then all that gets weighed. Excuse me. And then
you turn that thing off, right?
Yeah, it's off. I'm just talking too much. This happens every time I talk too much. Everything gets weighed, and then the packing label is printed, or the shipping label is printed. The packing slip is printed. I usually write a little handwritten note of some sort on the packing slip. Fold that up, put everything inside, tape everything down. And so every package takes 5 to 10 minutes, even if it's a 1-line item thing. So when it's a 20 or a 50 or a 70 line item thing, especially when y'all order our AG Fine Pewter, those are bins and bins that we go through. I love seeing those big orders for those, because that means you like our stuff. But those orders I could take an hour on some of those orders, just that order alone. So it takes a while. And we're not big enough that we can afford a lot of people to help us do this and do this full time, because we don't always get orders like that. So yeah, it's we're not. But during this sale, y'all were helping us out a lot. So we got a lot of orders from that. And so we're just a little inundated right now. But if we hired someone right now, in about a week or two, we'd have to lay them off. So that would not be ideal. So
I
that's
saw some orders come in today, and people specifically didn't use the coupon code because sale's over.
mhm.
And so that was really nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Let's see here. Lena says yes, the noble creature goat.
Oh,
Maybe.
I forgot I made that.
I like that goat. I like that goat. That goat's on a pendant, I think. We did a pendant with the goat. I don't know. If Andrew lets me do some mugs with those, maybe we'll do some mugs with the noble creature. Y'all gotta ask him though.
We have to figure something out. There's a lot of like blank space. So we have to make some background. I've been, in my free time, one day, someday in the future, I'm gonna do some of it's gonna be kind of a mashup of my collages that I've been making, the painted paper collages, and the drawings. So who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe it'll be a Philip goat trying to tempt people with butter.
Done like some owls.
Owls is coming.
Those are pendants coming. You saw some of those, right?
Get the preview.
He's been working even more on those. Okay, are we ready to hit the kits?
So.
Or do we want to show the mug first?
Oh, show the mug.
Which we want to do? You want to see the tumbler? Or you want to just jump into kits and wait till the end to see the tumbler, the big reveal? What do you want, everybody?
The reveal.
It's like choose your own adventure today on the Allegory Gallery Live.
Y'all like that? That higgledy-piggledy style?
Where we don't know what we're doing, we're just letting you decide.
Kind of know.
Tumbler first, Normus's tumbler. Okay, let me see if it's cooled down enough. Oh, it's very cool now. Okay. Tumbler last, says Michelle. Uh-oh. Tumbler now, says Lennis. Mary Ann says tumbler now. Jen Costello, thank you for being with us out there. Didn't know you were there. Hi. Says tumbler now. Okay.
That's one of the owners of You Are Here Gallery.
Yeah, it is. Suzanne says do the tumbler. Okay. So the tape gets peeled off the tumbler. Now, I've never done this before. Like I said, I don't know how the color correction, if I need to do more. But you remember those bluish gray tones, right, that we showed you on the paper. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Donna says, I can't watch the whole live, so Tumbler now. We see what you want to see. You don't want to, who cares about those kits? Let's check out the Tumbler. Ooh, everybody. Okay, I revealed it already, but look, let's pretend I didn't. And check that out. Where were all those bright blues and greens on that paper, right? So the color, you can never judge the color by the paper when you print that out. But look at that. So that's going to be the new February tumbler. Probably February, March. Actually, probably the March tumbler. We got a little late on that.
I was going to do like cutesy hearts and stuff, and then I was like, oh.
So there's the tumbler. And if you would like one, you can claim by sending us an email. I don't know if I'll get these on the online store tonight or not. Or yeah, I'll probably do it when I come back. So if you want to do one, Amy says it's like when you glaze ceramics. Yeah, you never know what that glaze is going to look like, right? So yeah, if you'd like one of these tumblers, just say, let's do March tumbler. We'll call this the March tumbler. And you can send me an email. That's they're $22, I think. Let me check on that. We charge $22 for our tumblers, I think. So you get the pick. If we run out of tumblers, at least y'all will get them till we get a reorder in. $24. I'm sorry, $24 for the tumblers. I don't want to cheat myself. I can't do discounts on these. $24 on the tumblers. So if you'd like one of these, send us an email, March Tumbler in the subject line, and we'll send you an invoice for $24 and get that out to you when we get back from Baltimore. That's the word.
I want to go to the Visionary Art Museum, I think. It's an outsider art. But then I wanted to see what you wanted to do because it's your birthday.
My birthday.
Instead of me being like, I'm going to go here. I don't know what you're doing.
So do you like that tumbler, everybody? You like that? Yeah, we'll see what we're going to do for my birthday. I don't mind going to a museum. I like a museum. So hopefully you like that. That's how we do the tumblers. Janice asking what kind of lid does it have? It has one of these. So the lid slides and covers everything. So it has the seal here, and then it has also a rubber seal up here so that when you cover this, it doesn't leak. And it slides back, and you can drink out of it. They are BPA free, so you don't have to worry about all that. Did you hear that? So I put this on. Suction. It's a good seal. It's a good seal. So there you go. Sally says, great timing. I just used my tumbler today. I love it. Nice. Marianne loves the tumbler. Thank you. So, yeah. Hopefully you like those.
I'm glad people seem to enjoy that.
We have sold, I'm not going to say a ton, but we've sold a number of our tumblers. Both the December, which was, this one was the December special edition. And then this one was the limited January special edition. And we missed February, so this is the March limited edition. This will be available for March. Once March is over, you can't get them anymore. I don't make them anymore. So,
that makes our life easy.
Yeah, you can no longer get this tumbler. Sorry if you're just now seeing it and you love it, because I love it. You can no longer get this tumbler. This one sold a lot. This one sold a lot. Thank you all.
The New Day one.
And the New Day one is still technically on the website, so you could still grab this one. I never took it down since we didn't have the replacement yet. But once this one goes up, when we get back from Baltimore, you won't be able to get this one anymore either. So if you want to grab this one and this one, grab this one, and then either send us an email for this one or get this one online, and or wait till this goes online and then get it in March. All right. Donna says the tumbler is great because it's small enough to fit in my car cup holder. Yeah, they fit. Like, they're not too big. Some of the tumblers are gigantic. They do not fit down in the cup holders. These fit pretty well in the most car cup holders. They're slender, which I like. They're easy to get your hand around. They're not like super gigantic, and you can actually like grab them and feel like you're actually holding on to them.
Stanley Cup.
Yeah, unlike some of them they have those giant swells that are just hard to use. They're like top heavy, or
the one of my friends talking about how she's cleaning her car for like an hour because it's spilled over.
And then this, Lennis is saying, I love mine. If I put ice in the water before I go to bed, sometimes it sells ice pieces in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, they hold heat and cold really well, whatever you want to do. My mom will fill hers a lot with a lot of ice and some water for the night. And then sometimes she's like, by the afternoon even, it still has ice in there. So yeah, there you go. Sally says, I have Decembers as well. So fun to look at, easy to hold, great seal, stays cold too. Yeah, stays cold, stays hot. And they are dishwasher safe. So they should not fade in the dishwasher. They should work for you. So there is March's tumbler done right in front of your eyes, so you can see the whole process.
I hope you all like that, because we're planning to do more of that kind of thing, where we show more of the behind the scenes.
And a lot of those, like, my hope is that a lot of more of the things that we do like that are going to be uploaded videos, because to be 100% honest, YouTube does not care much about live videos.
No.
and we're trying to build that YouTube subscription base and that YouTube money. So a lot of the videos where we do demos and things like that are going to start as we move into the new chapter here, the new day. They're going to start to be more uploaded content. We'll still do little lives, of course, and sneak peeks and things like that, but we're going to be uploading more like YouTube non-interactive so much videos. It's going to be weird, but we're going to try it because that's what YouTube likes. And we've noticed that the only reason that we're getting a lot more traction on YouTube is not because of our lives, it's because of the tutorials we do with Jen. One of her videos, yeah, not a lot of, like 17 people, thank you for watching, but 17 people are watching now. Our lives generally get like 200 to maybe 300 views, and then that's it, which is a lot, actually. Who knew that that would be, a thing? But like Jen's one video skyrocketed to about 3,200 views. And most of her videos get 500 or 600 or 700 views. So YouTube definitely pushes those more than they push the live videos. So we will be doing more like what you just saw here. I will probably at some point redo that as a filmed video and an uploaded video, not just a live. All right. Sally says, I was nervous about the dishwasher and wondering if you could do that. You should be fine. I've not thrown mine in the dishwasher. From everything I've read, they should be dishwasher safe. If something happens to it, let me know. All right. But I'm pretty sure they should be fine.
We always try to take care of our people.
Yeah. If something happens, let me know. But it's supposed to be fine. The mugs are fine. I've done the mugs in the dishwasher. No problem. So the tumblers should be fine in there. I would say top rack. I wouldn't put them in the bottom rack maybe, but top rack, if they fit in there for you, should be good. I hand wash all my tumblers though. So Donna says, I hand wash everything anyway, don't have a dishwasher. Yeah, I always hand wash my tumblers no matter where they come from because I'm also leery of that, but should be fine. Michelle says, test it with the rejected ones. Yeah, probably can. But
then we have to remember where the defects were.
Right. Yeah, if anything fades or anything changes. But yeah, if anyone has any problems ever like that, let me know. Like, you're not just going to get a new one because you used it too much. Like, we love you to use it too much, but we can't do that. Like, you drop it on a rock and something happens and you get a ding in it. That I'm sorry, but thank you for using it and keep using it. But
Maybe.
How dinged up it is.
It depends if you are inner sanctum.
Yeah, right.
You get bonus points.
Bonus points. But if something like normal everyday use and you've just gotten it, then let me know. And we take care of people. All right, everybody. Who's ready for the main event tonight? We're gonna do some inspiration jewelry kits. And so these are inspiration kits. Again, if you don't know what that is for us, I know we have some new people watching. These are not jewelry kits that make any specific thing. We rarely do that. These are kits that are put together in some way, whether it's material coordinated, color coordinated. There's an inspiration design idea behind the kit sometimes. Often, Andrew comes up with that. But they are coordinated in some way to give you inspiration. So you purchase them and you use your own stash to add to them and you make things with them. Maybe it gives you an idea. We have some here that are going to be very spring-like. Maybe you're like, I'm going to get out my spring beads. I'm going to get out my little bunny bead or my little butterfly bead or ladybug bead. You got some of those other kits from last spring. So these are, again, not to make any one specific thing, but you can use them for inspiration. So we call them inspiration kits. We try to price them more than fairly for what you get in them. And there are limited quantities on all of these. These are often made with vintage components. Star Cottage Studio here is filled with vintage Czech glass and vintage materials from Andrew's collection. And
my collection's getting kind of small.
It is getting smaller and smaller.
So I'm starting to get anxious that I'm running out of beads. And Mom's like, are you?
I know.
Really?
Are you really? But there is a thing, like, there is only so much vintage to go around, right?
Yeah,
without having to buy more. But once they're gone, yeah, there's no replenishing that. So that is one of those things. So yeah, so we have inspiration kits coming up tonight, and I don't know how many we're gonna get through.
No.
I'm losing my voice for one. I can feel it getting very gravelly, actually.
Maybe I'll jump on and show the first couple, and then you can kind of do the pricing.
Andrew has some that are not priced yet. He prefers me to price them.
I don't like to price stuff, y'all.
So
I price things like 1994 prices. We want to sing Alanis Morissette together
and
Jagged Little Pill
and not cover our bills.
Yeah, less than ideal.
Right.
Isn't it ironic, don't you?
Isn't it ironic? Okay, so I will let Andrew jump on here then, because my throat's actually feeling sore.
But turn the camera right, because I don't want to go.
He doesn't want you to see.
I'm basically wearing pajamas.
He is.
I had to meet Sarah Hunter, who's helping organize some of the shows, and I basically look like a homeless.
Handing off your artwork.
I'm like, here.
Oh boy, you didn't even get dressed to do that.
I put on a coat and and I had the bottoms covered, the tops covered. I'm not like free flying everywhere.
I took a quick day nap today because I was up early.
He picked up some frames for me.
Yeah, he had to frame the artwork before it got to her, so I had to go and get those for him early. And I did not sleep well last night because I had 2 cats pinning me down, which sounds lovely, and it is until you have to move. So I was tossing and turning a lot last night and didn't sleep well. So I got up early and then got him his frames, and then I took a nap while he delivered his artwork. So that's that. All right, everybody. These are going to be IK lot numbers for inspiration kits. We've had these before. We left off on 15, so we're going to start with IK 16 today. IK 16. And here's Andrew.
Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you all are doing well out there and you had a good, productive week.
He's the one who's pricing. Yeah,
good.
Show that up close. Isn't it nice?
I'm going to show it like this. Whoa. Whoa.
That came out good.
So, yeah, we've had a busy day today. I've been working on all kinds of goodies. Where's the... So here is the lot number, IK16. In order to claim tonight, most of you all are longtime viewers and know the deal. But for tonight, I'm going to put the banner up. To purchase from this video, take down each lot number and send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com. I'm going to say it again, and y'all are like, why are you saying it so slow? info@allegorygallery.com.
You're us, you know why he's saying it slow.
And one of the issues that we've been having is people have been getting kind of upset because they haven't been getting things. And one of the reasons that they haven't been getting stuff is because they've been sending it to the wrong address. Now, a lot of these are very limited quantities. Some of those I have 1Z, 2Z, 3Zs. So if you want anything, you got to act with conviction and vision and action in your heart, because it's going to go away and then you're gonna be like, I wanted that, and then you're gonna have to like arm wrestle somebody for it, and I'm not a part of that. So there you go. All right. So send us an email at info@allegorygallery.com. And it's on a first come, first serve basis. So even if you've got like fingers of lightning, if somebody else has fingers of lightning plus one, then we go through our email and use that. Now, also, if you have questions about a specific lot, just say question and then put the lot, because the way that William creates the spreadsheet is he goes through the emails and quickly kind of collates them, and does it through that. So he doesn't. So by subject line. So he doesn't go like, you don't have to be like
looking through each email, taking my time down memory lane,
and be like, in the year of our Lord.
No. Put the lot number in the subject line, hit send to claim. If you have a question about something, make it clear question about lot number in the subject line.
And be
Otherwise,
like,
you're going to get invoices you didn't expect.
Yeah, and that's happened.
I actually have one of those to fix too.
Don't forget. And then they'll be like, and then the year was 2024, and I do not know how I will carry on and go forth in this day as I gaze the beauty of your lots and want to multiply my bead stash and have a plethora of design kits.
You want to send us beautiful stories, you can do that,
but you're not going to get the kit. That's what's going to happen. All right.
William's going to get distracted by your beautiful story.
Correct. All right. So who's ready? IK16, $14 only. You get this really lovely. I probably should have looked at my fingers before I went on live because I've been messing with paint all day. You get this beautiful, they're off-center drilled vintage check glass. They've got this kind of AB finish on these rounds. They're kind of like a smoky purple color, and you get that little shorty strand. That also includes this beautiful kind of aqua colored, and it's not all like one color. There's a little bit of variegation to it. So it almost looks like stone, but it's glass. What? And that's gem cut. Y'all know how much that costs if you shop on our website. Now these are vintage Austrian glass. So you got 4 of those. They're in that bright kind of, that verdant green color. And then you get these 2 ovals. Those would make great earrings. If you want to know about this, I can show you how to acid etch these, and customize these. What do y'all think about that? You into that? Well, if you all, huh?
I'm into that.
He's like, me, show me.
Well, I'm liking some of these color choices.
Whoa, some more vintage check glass. Now there's only 7 of these kits. And then these ones, these are some of my favorite things from the AG Fine Pewter line. And it's these little leaf. You'll see these a couple times tonight because I just love them. I am a smitten kitten with these. So that comes with that. And then, but wait, there's more. You got this twisty toggle. It's in base metal, silver tone base metal, cadmium free, lead free. You don't have to worry. And that's that twisty toggle. And then that's IK16, $14. You get all of that. When Lena says those table cut would be great with one of Jen's tutorials. Yeah, those would be great. And I can show you how to do that if y'all are interested in how to acid or etch that and do some designs. Make it your own flavor. All right. So let's move on. So that was IK16, $14. Only 7 kits available. Is your email up?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, well, whatever. Suzanne says that would be great. Marion says yes to etching. It changed your life, y'all. I don't know if it will. But they say on the YouTube, we have a YouTube coach, and then they're like, you need to be more impactful with your wording. I'm like, y'all like beads? I like beads too. Are you do you like pretty things? And then people be like, get behind me, creep show. All right, who's ready? Michelle says you could do that as a YouTube video. We're gonna do everything on YouTube.
Everything.
It's gonna be, you're gonna be like, didn't they already show that? Yes.
Yes, but here it is.
But I'm gonna do some more too. You know, sometimes people think I only know how to do 2 things: run my mouth and pick beads. But I actually know how to do a lot of stuff. I'm not humble bragging, but I actually do know a lot of stuff because I
love that thing.
I am how you call. I think it's a trauma response, not to bring in the generational trauma, but chronic researcher. I think that's a thing, or maybe that's ADHD. I don't know if I got that or not,
We were
but
talking in my pottery class about how we think a lot of us have undiagnosed ADHD because it's expensive to diagnose, and when we were kids, that didn't happen.
my parents were like, here's the belt. Here's the flip flop. That'll be your medication. So, anyways, if you got this check glass, it's a beautiful kind of a carnelian orange, and then in the recessed areas, there's this metallic purple. And I've got these vintage check glasses. Got AB finish. These are a floral strand. I have a sister strand to that, and it's in this kind of lilac-y, pale tanzanite color, again with that AB finish. So you can like do contrasting colors. You get this kind of rosewater opal pinch bead strand, also vintage. Let me see.
Pricing is good, y'all.
Susan says tangerine. I like that. I like that flavor. I ran out of oranges last night, by the way, William.
I noticed that.
And because I love it. It makes me happy in my heart. I also have these. Oh boy, is it melamine? Oh boy, melamine. All right, you all know melamine. Usually it's for plates, but these are from Japan. But they're melamine. Who would have thought? I love this melamine. I guess it's a vintage plastic, but and you get a bunch. They're these little corally goodness. I love them. I wish they had more beads. I'm gonna be on the hunt for it. The melamine hoard. I'm gonna look. You're gonna see it here on allegorygallery.com. We're gonna do the melamine hoard. Right now, this is it. We got three lots of this, and then it's gone into the wind. So this is IK17, $16 for all that lovely goodness. There's some kind of how you call that, mid-century modern kind of atomic star florals, and some kind of 70s vibe flowers. And whoa. You don't like that? The one show we watched, they do the house show, they go like this.
I'll warn people before you do that.
And I was like, So, I had migraines the past couple days. I'm feeling better today, but because I got to sleep, and also drank the caffeine. But anyway, so we watch a home show and they do that, and I get motion sickness. I'm like, turn that business off. I know. Not only that, but then that one, she kept naysaying everything. I was like, Boy, what's she gonna say yes about? What's she gonna say yes about? She's just gonna keep saying no? Keep saying no?
To the grandpa and watch the
I know,
TV.
I'm gonna criticize the people on the TV. Get off my lawn and say yes to life. Well, there's always like one on these shows that's a little bit more creative, and then one's like the numbers person, or at least that's how it comes across on these shows. And the creative person, they do some really amazing things that generate interest and make people like want to buy the house, right? That's why you buy in their house, because the creative person had come up with an idea that's gonna make you buy that ramshackle little shanty town hut that they put some glitter in a mirror or something, and you love it, right? And the naysayer person's like, yo, that's gonna bust the budget. And I am just like, give her the $10 and stop writing her ASS. Please. I'm gonna write a letter. HGTV, please. All right. Donna says, I was thinking mid-century modern color. Yeah, I love a little bit of contrast, and those aren't true contrasting colors. True contrasting colors would be like a yellow and a purple, but I think they go so well. You'll notice there's a lot of purple in these kits tonight. So this is IK18. There's only 4 of these because I lost one of the toggles. Otherwise, there would be 5. Sometimes we don't use our own.
Lost it in here.
I don't know.
I don't know how.
You'd think I know.
It's not like easy to lose something.
Are you joking, William?
I am joking.
Look at
Very sarcastic.
Look at Sassy Cake and Pie up in here. All right.
That's the restaurant we're not starting.
So this is some wood beads. Some rounds. They look like they've been polished good. These are vintage. And then we've got this. This is not AG Fine Pewter, I don't think. But I like it anyways. And so this is an antique copper finish base metal. The wood. You're going to get 2 of this S-word crystal. Let me pop this out so you get the full majesty and majestic.
Yeah,
Majestic. I love these. I just put these on some jump rings and put ear wire on it and call it neat and call it a day. I have probably sold, not to humble brag, but I probably sold hundreds of this kind of earring.
For more than we're charging for the whole kit, by the way.
Yeah, usually I retail them 24.
Yep. 18 to 24.
And because then I say S-word. They don't make that brand anymore. Not for us humble people, not for us peasant folk designers. They don't make it anymore for us. But if you Adidas, how do they say it? Adidas. I thought, I was like, am I having a stroke? Because what are the words we call Adidas back in Florida, circa 1990? All right, so you get those. You also get this carved jade, not fancy jade. This not that nephrite jade that you can like cut his hair with. This that milky stone that's called jade. There's 2 kinds. There is the kind that apparently gets so sharp that you can cut hair with it. I have never actually seen or touched that, but apparently that's a thing. I'm not making that up. I could be, but you don't know. And this is not that. I know. Imagine that. When I'm not, I'm more fun when I'm with William. He's like, are we? Are you?
He was so worried. He was boring everybody last night. He got self-conscious.
I know. I have to turn up the factor 5 of the amusement comedy hour so y'all like me and buy my stuff so that we don't have to stay in our car in Baltimore maybe my friend Kelly Russell let me sleep on her yard. So there's some more vintage Czech glass and the butterflies. This one was kind of a pain in the butt to do because everything's loose. Hey, William, you want to take over? Are your voice recovered?
Not really. I'm gonna put some stuff up over here.
Adidas.
I'm gonna do some stuff so we're not here forever.
DominionMovement.com said that, or .org said that I was good last night. Yeah. That's for us. This is the AG computer. I love this one too. That's such a sweet little design. Don't y'all like that? I like that. This is double-sided too, in case you start wrestling and it flips over. All right. So this one, IK18, only $16, but we only got four of that. There was 5. I know. That S word Chris, I'm going to pick it out.
I know.
Keep it from my own particular use.
We need the hotel more than we need that beat right now.
Oh, Michelle says hubby is working with Snoop tonight. Like Snoop Dogg?
That's cool.
Martha Stewart? Is he with Martha Stewart tonight? That's not like my long cherished wish. We used to do catering for her at one of the restaurants I worked at. That's as close as I came to Martha. I guess if you... I'm going to stop. That was going to get real weird real fast. And I pumped the brakes on myself. Self-braking. Because that almost got real extra weird. All right. He is Snoop Dogg's #1 teleprompter. Oh, cool. Michelle says hubby has worked with Martha Stewart. What? Y'all celebrities? All right. Who's ready? IK19. Only $14. This one, okay. So this class is, I'm going to pull it out. This one, you may think, oh, it's just some Czech glass. This vintage Czech glass is not how you call it inexpensive date. This is not a drive-through McDonald's date. This is more pricey, but we got this price to move, y'all. We also got this vintage Czech glass. Look at how shiny it's gonna hypnotize you. You're going to start seeing visions of the Green Goblin in a delightful way. You know, some people like William Dafoe. Hey, there got some more vintage Czech glass. I got 2 of these little lime green flavor with that little bit of that bronze luster up in there. And then I got these little sliders. And that's got S-word crystal. I think that color is called tanzanite, but I could be making that up. And there's 2 of them. I would make that into earrings. See, I make these into earrings. Maybe put that in a bracelet. Make that into earrings. There you go. So this is IK19, $14 only. Lennis says, give me your green glass beads. I will howl at the moon. I love green glass beads. We got some green coming up tonight. Michelle says, have you seen her in the shoe commercials or the Bic lighters? He worked on both. Oh, I saw the Bic lighter one. I haven't seen the commercial ones. DominionMovement.org says, you and William could be podcast people who tell stories for people. Maybe. I never liked my voice. William has a nice voice. I would listen to his podcast. Me, I don't know. I'd probably turn myself off. But I'd be like, what's he complaining about now? All right. You have to go and do this now. Your time is now. William. He's like, nah. He likes that behind the scene action. Don't get used to it, William. You're the one who's supposed to be on the TV. You come over here and participate. Otherwise, I'm gonna regale them with stories of childhood trauma. And then he's like, I'm coming. I'm coming. All right. So the next one, I said that, I said that there's only 3 on some of these. I was not playing. You thought I was playing? No. The answer to that is no. I was not playing. All right. How y'all like that reveal? Just dump the bag out. All right. This is IK20, $18. The reason why this one's a little bit more spendy is this is a full strand of Javanese glass. This is kind of, it looks brown because it looks brown, but it's all actually a very warm purple. I don't know if you can see that. But you know how sometimes purples look like a brown? These are handmade in Indonesia. Lampert Glass, Monique. I love these. I use them all day long. They have a very beautiful matte finish, very organic. You get a full strand of that. I thought a nice contrast to the matte would be some sparkly. So this is the Chinovsky China leaded glass crystal. And those are faceted rounds. Susan says more like a plum. It's like a plum got a chocolate plum. It looks like brown. I'm working on this other project, and I have this amethyst. The beads are called amethyst, and it looks brown. So it's gonna be a fish, y'all. Keep an eye out for that. You get this AG fine pewter and antique copper. And then I love these. These is table cut check glass. That deep wine color, beautiful, with a little bit of that burnish bronze luster up in the recessed areas. Here you go. I think that's nice. $18. This probably, how much is that by itself? Probably this one is nowadays $18 just by itself. So all the extra is bonus. There's only 3. 1, 2, 3 gone. I don't know if they sold out, but you can still try. But I don't think that's gonna last. Lena says it's a poem by Harold Monroe overheard on a salt marsh. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I love that. That sounds good. I'll howl at the moon for beads. But what does that mean? Is that like, is he doing like the drugs? Is that like drugs? I don't know about that. All right, so here you go. There's only 3 of those. And I'm gonna move on to the next one. All right. So here we go. All right. Who's ready? They're like, I am. I'm still watching, aren't I? All right. This one's a little bit wild, but I thought this would be fun. Sometimes I like to have unexpected, and this is something that I don't usually work this color palette. All right, so IK21, $18, and there's 8 of those. All right. So you get this strand of vintage check glass, and you get that cool kind of pressed glass leaf shape. Boom. All right, you get some crystal bicones that are this flavor. Look how orange. That's like sear your retina is so saturated and intense. I'm interested in that flavor. It's actually more colorful in real life. the camera is like, no, you can't go that colorful. You're gonna hurt people's eyes. So it's a little bit toned down. I'm gonna put it back in the bag so I don't get crystals everywhere. One bet said, Lennis says, no, it's a combo between a nymph and a goblin who is bedazzled by her beads. Oh, that sounds like it's up my alley. I'm oftentimes bedazzled by beads. You have two large and in charge vintage Austrian glass. These are so cool. They've got these striations of this like acid yellow, and they're in this kind of organic-y pinch shape. So you get these are straight up primary colors, y'all. And then you get a little strand of this check glass fire polish. And then you get more of the beloveds, you know, not Toni Morrison, but this. And there you go. So that is going to be lot IK21, $18. There's 8 of these kits available. This is a little bit, it's a little bit something if you're not used to using these colors. I think it's fun to explore sometimes. That way you don't have to buy like 100 of these. You just buy 2. And I love these leaves, and I love these leaves. So there you go. DominionMovement.org says, I like the yellow ones. And Susan says, like tiny lemons. Yeah, I like that. It's one of those things where, if we use gold instead of silver, it would look different. Isn't that? It's such a thing where you can make one subtle adjustment to it and it changes the look. Which I think is interesting. Let me put this. Put that. Where did you go, William? It's so quiet. He's like, I'm trying to work. Do you have your headphones on? Are you blocking me out? Are you ashamed of me? Poor long-suffering William, y'all. Alright. I guess this isn't... Alright, so I'm like, I never use this color palette. Here you go. There's a color palette right there. Never mind. Take it back. Alright. Who's ready? Oh, I love this one. I love this one. I think we have extra of this mix because I made extra of it. And I was going to make a great big kit like how we used to do in old school times. Remember when we used to have reveals? This is IK22. It's $22. There's 11 of these available. I was so tempted to do that. And if y'all want to do that, I would be interested. I was going to call it Rites of Spring or Primavera. Primavera? What's that one they all dancing around and Botticelli painted it? I can't remember. Anyways, maybe it's called the same thing. Was that the same? I don't know. It's a Botticelli painting of these 3 ladies dancing around, and it's supposed to be springtime. I love this mix. I'm not going to dump it out because it's going to be a pain in the behind to get back in the bag. I don't have any bowls readily available, but it's a beautiful mix of kind of these floral shaped check glass, a lot of vintage. There's a Japanese, that modeled one is a Japanese glass. There's opalescent glass in here, Esward crystal. There's, it's in shades of kind of a dusty pink with a little bit more, a little bit kitten nose pink up in there. and some purples, some pale purples and lavenders and lilacs. So that's the mix. Usually this is $12 retail by itself. Then you got this big check glass Pantone Correct, y'all. That's them cheeks on them on that painting, their face. And this peach fuzz, y'all like peach fuzz. And then you get a strand of this crystal. This is Chinese crystal. They're in that faceted rondelles. And then you get some of this fire polished, and also this like peachy pink color, a little bit more paler than this strand. But yeah, remember when we used to do that, the reveals? We would make a kit every month and then send that out. We used to have people from all over the world participate, and it was so cool to see how different all of the things are that people would create. I just loved it so much. It was like one of my favorite things. Organizing it was not my favorite thing. Back then in the blog times, sometimes it was a headache to kind of wrangle all of that, because this is like I did it myself. William wasn't helping me with like a spreadsheet or anything, so I kind of had to like do it on my own. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I like that. Maybe we'll bring that back. We used to do those long before we had the store. We used to call them readers challenges on the blog a long time ago. And this is back in the day, there was only like 3 people doing these types of challenges. It was me, this person named Scarlett Fields, and I'm trying to think of who the other person was. I can't remember. But there's just 3 of us doing them. Now there's a kit. Everybody's doing the kits, and the reveals and all this and all that. And anyways, so IK $22. There's 11 of these available. I love this mix. There should be a little bit extra. So if you're interested in that, let us know. All right. DominionMovement.org says beautiful concept. Yeah, I loved it. It was wonderful. Back in the day, the shipping over the international shipping was actually fairly reasonable. It was not. Nowadays, it's a little bit wild. So actually, at one point, the people who kept the store going, a lot of my customers early on were a lot of European folks were ordering stuff, and a lot of folks in Canada. And then as prices of shipping have gone up, and I guess they changed. When did they change over to the euro? I don't remember. But when that happened, it really made like people who used to participate all the time couldn't participate anymore. So I kind of felt bad about that because they were like my bread and butter folks. All right, IK23, $22. This is a larger size bead kit. Take a look at that. It's so green, so green. Here, you're gonna be fascinated by these green beads. You're gonna howl at the moon. Lennon says that poem is in the Childcraft books with my encyclopedia set. I read it as a child. Maybe that's why I love beads. Well, maybe. I had a Childcraft set of encyclopedias as well. So, but I don't. A lot of that stuff I don't remember. So, you have this strand of check glass. Take a look at these. Aren't these cool? They're like these like beehive almost. These ribbed ovals. I don't know how you call that. Let's go with beehive. And then you have these great big. These are vintage Czech crystal. Look at that. It's better on my hand, but actually it's probably better here. And then you get some of these. These are AG fine pewter and a gold, antique gold finish. There's a lot of those actually. You get one of these. That's also AG fine pewter. And this is also AG fine pewter. All right. So that's IK23, $22 only, and there's only 3 of these available. Susan says, I will have visions of colorful beads in my dreams tonight. Oh, good. Marianne says, people who use euros have a limit on how much shipment outside of the membership countries can cost. Oh. I don't know anything about that. I probably should know it since we ship all over the world, but yeah, I had to send a piece to that show in England, and it was not, how you call it, inexpensive. I guess we could have sent it like the slower rate, but it wouldn't have gotten to the show in time. So if we sent it slow, it would have been like $20, but it ended up being like $80 to send it, and it's a very lightweight sculpture that I sent. So, and yeah, Michelle says very Celtic. All right, I like that. I don't know if that sold out or not yet, but I would think St. Patrick's Day is coming up. You know, like that. That. Did y'all have that thing where if you didn't have green on, people would pinch you? I think that was just an excuse for kids to be hateful. But that was like a big thing. And I remember like freaking out because my mom didn't have anything green for me to wear. And I was like, I'm going to get pinched. I'm going to get pinched. All right. So here we go. This is kind of a mixed metals situation. This is IK24, $18 only. You get these metal spacers. They're in an anti-copper flavor. I like that. You get these S-word bicones, a whole strand of them. This little mini strand. And this kind of, I don't know what this is called. Is this Eldorado? No, that's gold. Dorado? Maybe Dorado. Is that the color? I don't know. It's kind of like a coppery brown color. And then we've got this vintage Czech glass. They call this Drux. Is it Drux or Drux? I don't know. But they're round. Seamless round beads. And then we also have this little tiny, this is also a vintage Czech glass. This is these little teardrops. They're a matte finish. They're Picasso wash. And they're kind of in a rainbow color. But they have this kind of earthy kind of elegance to them, which I appreciate. But they are like a little rainbow. And when you hold them up in the light, they look more rainbowy. But they are very earthy. And then you get this AG fine pewter. This one's sealed up, so I'm not going to open it up. And it's in that silver, antique silver finish. And it's got a little bit of texture. So this is $18. That's IK24. Only 4 of those available. And Michelle says, yep, had to wear green. Susan says, I never heard the pinching thing. Maybe that was just a Central Florida thing. Marion says, I only know that because they can't buy certain items from the crafting company in the UK that I sometimes buy from. Oh boy. Michelle says they would pinch or hit you. Yeah, that's nowadays they don't have that probably. But and when I was growing up, that school sanctioned abuse of fellow students was acceptable. Anyways. All right. How many did we do tonight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're just gonna do 10 because my voice is starting to go too. And William, he was gonna help me, and then I was gonna finish up some more in the background. So we'll have to save that for another day. If you can hear him, he's so far away. He said, "Sorry, everyone." All right, so we're gonna save the best for last, in my opinion. The King Daddy. Who's ready? I'm ready. I know some of y'all are not gonna like the mix because it has certain colors in it. But all right, so IK 25, $32. There's only 6 of these available. All right, so here's the inspiration for this kit. This is a strand of faceted rondelles in tourmaline. And this is a very unusual kind of more pastel flavor of tourmaline. Take a look at that. Look at this one. They're almost like purple. The colors are a little bit not as saturated. Usually when you see tourmaline, it's usually like this flavor, which you also get in this kit. So you have that kind of watermelon, green and pink with a little bit of that like white, and then also black. And then in some of them, you can see they've got the both colors. They call that watermelon tourmaline. And then you get these in a bigger size rounds. Tourmaline is my love language, y'all. We watched this show called Carnival Row, and then there is a character named Tourmaline, and she was my favorite. The other people I probably could have done without. And then, but wait, there's more. And so it comes with this mix that I made, and it's inspired by tourmaline colors. And there's also extra tourmalines kind of in there too. And there's some good pieces of tourmaline in there also. But there's all kinds of, there's some vintage Czech glass. There a lot of vintage Czech glass. There's Usward crystal. There's actual tourmaline. Like, look at this one. That's a tourmaline. That's a real tourmaline, faceted teardrop. There's some English cut. There's some more crystal. It's a very juicy, kind of inspired by tourmaline mix. I did get a little heavy-handed with these rosewater opal ovals because I kind of wanted to bring this strand out, but you know, it is what it is. But wait, there's more. All right, so this is AG Fine Pewter. It's our swirly toggle in an antique copper. And then in antique copper, this is a base metal swirly. You get these, all these little charms. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I almost am like hypnotizing myself on the screen with these. But this is that antique copper. And so you get all of those. That would be cool. Put those in between some of these. Put those in between some of those tourmaline. Wouldn't that be pretty? Make a little bit of something razzle dazzle up in here, y'all. Wouldn't that be pretty? I'm over here designing. All right. So you get all of that for only $32. There are only 6 of these available because I couldn't afford more of those strands of tourmaline. So there's only 6 of those available. All right. Michelle says, ooh, I like the copper. Marion says, tourmaline, my favorite, but also, but it wouldn't have been much of a story without the other characters. Yeah, that's true. I guess maybe as I'm not the main character in that story. I was not. She was not my favorite actress. But there is a book. There's a book that came out that goes along with the TV show, and it's just from Tourmaline's perspective. And I really like that. So it gets into some of the more nitty gritty kind of details. It's a short one, but I liked it because it talks about stuff that they kind of talk about in the show, but they kind of just kind of glaze over it. Like I kind of feel like there's certain things that they like really show on that show, but then there's other parts that they don't really talk about. Like Tourmaline, she was a poet, and they don't talk about that that much in the. I guess they do a little bit, but anyway. So this is a Tourmaline inspired kit. All right. So I'm running out of steam, and we are run out of kits to show you. We're gonna have some more things, even though we're gonna be on the road. Maybe we'll send out an email tomorrow with some of the stuff that we're working on. And hopefully you all will catch that. I've been working on those enamel pendants, the animal kind of battle warrior animals. I'm going to put in some other animals because I don't know. I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I did a whole series of like battle rabbits? And in theory, that sounds good. And actually, I got kind of bored real fast. So I'm going to put in some other critters. And maybe they will have armor. Maybe they won't have armor. Maybe check out my stories later tonight. See how that goes. We're going to probably head home for a little bit and get something to eat. And then come back and do some more shipping. And many thanks for all of that. You know, sometimes that may sound like we're complaining about the shipping, but I hope you all know that for us, we're so grateful for all of the orders. This is a really uncertain time for us as we kind of transition our business and are focusing mostly online now. We will have an in-store eventually, hopefully sometime in March. But even then, we'll only be we'll be open, I think, just for the weekends. So maybe Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And yeah, so it's gonna be like starting from scratch in a lot of ways. So all of your support out there really means a lot to us as we kind of navigate this new reality and this new day for us. We're super excited about some of the things that we've got in the works. More things to come on that as they kind of progress and develop. But I did want to say that we're so grateful and so thankful to all of you out there. It really, really does mean so much to me and William that we're able to continue to do this. You know, when William's job burned down, I started looking for other work. We both did because we just didn't know if we could keep it going with everything going on. So it really does mean a lot to us. So sometimes when we talk about how like, oh my gosh, there's so much shipping, it gets so confusing. At the heart of that, there is gratitude for all of you out there who make this life for us possible. So thank you so much. Lots of love to all of you out there. Hopefully you have a great rest of your evening. We're gonna try to do maybe some little clips from the road. If we get up and get going early enough, maybe we'll actually be able to do something instead of like rolling in and passing out, which I don't want that to happen, but I kind of feel like that might happen. Um, I'm looking, trying to peek under this light, see if William's eyes are changing. Anyway, so all right. Have a good night, everybody. And we'll see you later. See ya.
Everybody.
You heard that? William said bye, everybody.